Okay, hi guys. It is time for a new pattern. We're going to go to pattern focus and go down here to, I'm a little behind, so I've got to scroll way down and go down here to Wavy Book. This one is by Anya Meter. It's a grid pattern. So you're going to start with your grid, your standard grid, and then it looks like just on the top or one portion, like not even half, about a third, the way we're going to put some straight lines. And I'm going to rotate the tile and do the same and rotate all the way around until we have straight lines in those 4 spots. And then we're going to do the rest of it in wavy lines, like this, and turn the pattern. Just keep turning it around. And that's what we end up with. Something like that. Simple, clean, easy to do. And then you can do variations on the theme here. There's the shading, there's doing it different ways with stripes, with filling in, with checkerboard. I think I'm going to keep it simple and just use the pattern as it is laid out. We'll give that a go. Okay, turn on my light. It's going to get really bright. Oh, that is always so awful. Ugh, and my camera's not quite in the right spot. I don't know. Am I off a little this way? Am I off a little that way? I had to move my desk. See, that's what happens when I move things around. I get a little off. Anyway, we'll do our best here. Don't think I'm quite in the right place. I've got to move my leg so I'm more comfortable. Oh, much better. Okay. So, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to use that string 65 again. I think. No. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Let me do a border. I don't want that string. Well, instead of doing the 3, I think I'm just going to do this outside one like that. Because if you recall, string 65 is that, and I'm just going to use part of it, just one. And I think I will put, I'm going to just plan out a grid. Here. And then one with a different, a bit closer together. Something like that. I'm just planning it out in pencil. That's pretty tight. I don't know if that's a good idea, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. Something like that. That's what I'm gonna do. And if it's tight, it's tight. That's fine. I'm going to get my pen. I'm going to go ahead and just draw this whole grid in. The only thing I'm not going to draw is that line. I'm just going to let the grids change size there. Am I still at a good angle? I don't know if I am. Something's not right. Oh, look. My table's much more stable when I have the leg all the way down. And that moved things. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Scoot my camera back just a smudge. It's amazing how a quarter of an inch makes a huge difference on the screen. Okay. Oh, much more stable when the leg of the table is folded all the way down where it belongs. Much, much better. That's a pretty small grid. Something like that. Okay, and now I'm going to erase all my guidelines. Oh! Okay. Alright, let's see. Maybe I shouldn't have erased this one yet. I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here. And I'm going to turn and it would be here. And I'm going to turn and it would be this one. And I'm going to turn, and it'll be this one, yes. Okay. So then it'll be this one. And this one. So then this one will be this one, right? It'll go over, up, over, yes. And this one. Right? Just trying to figure out Oh, on her pattern, she just randomly stuck them so that they didn't end up like this, but that's okay. This side and this side. Like that. Paper is curling. I don't like it when my paper curls. It does tend to do that when it gets damp air. I've noticed that when the air is dry, I get less paper curl than when it's damp. We are going to have a bit of rain this week, supposedly. So it is possible that we're going to have some damp air. And then it's the bottom here. And this one is the top here. Right? I feel like something's not quite accurate. Oh, I missed one. Okay, it should have been here. Not there. Alrighty then. That's okay. Something like that. And then wiggly lines going the other way. That's the nice thing about wiggly lines. They're wiggly. They don't have to be the same. Something like that. I'm really far away from you guys. You're not seeing much. Sorry. Doing my best. That's what happens when I move things. I'm not quite in the same spot. Not sure if I'm comfortable here. I may have to get a pillow. feel like it's been forever since I've drawn something. Guys, if you're following me regularly, you'll know that the last two that I drew, I did them late in the evening after work. And it wasn't comfortable for me. I didn't like drawing at night. It just didn't seem right. And so I just didn't do any more the rest of the week. So I'm a little behind on my drawing. Oh my gosh, work was just brutal. Brutal. I ended up working overtime, staying extra 3 different days, plus working the 6th day on Saturday. So I think I ended up with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 hours of overtime this week that I really didn't want to do. I honestly did not want to work that many hours. Not super happy with it. I need to move this so I'm closer to me. Sorry, gotta adjust the camera. Well, that's a little better. Yeah. So I had one day off. That was yesterday. Had my Sunday off. Really enjoyed church. We had a group come. These kids from Africa, from Uganda. They put on such a great performance, and they had their message, and it was very moving. Very, very moving. I'm hoping they got a lot of, we did a separate love offering just for them, and they also sold some of their t-shirts and handmade jewelry items out afterwards, and they also had the ability to sign you up to sponsor a child. Yeah, and I know we had several people do that and sign up and sponsor a child. So that's good. Life is hard in Uganda, let me tell you. And these kids, they're just awesome. So much energy, so much fun. They just lit up the room with their... I'm looking for a smaller pen. I want my 005. I'm trying to find one in here. Can't find a Micron that's that size, so I'm going to go with my new, excuse me, Kuretake Zig pen. Try that. I'm going to do that down here. And I don't think I'm going to try to do a specific pattern like I did up here for, I'm just going to put them randomly, and I may not even put them in every box. But since the squares are so small, I want to get a smaller, thinner line. Now I can see why it was called Wavy Book. If you just do one like that, it does look like a wavy book. Just one little square. So I'm just going to randomly place these in my tile. So yeah, these kids were just spectacular. If you want to look them up, I do believe well, I know they have a website. I believe some of their stuff is on YouTube, maybe? I don't know 100%. But it was iamfamily.org was their website. And then we hosted the kids for lunch. And I totally admit we made a little mistake when we ordered lunch. We needed to make a little more of an effort to understand their culture and their dietary needs. We ordered what we always order when we cater for visiting groups, which is just to go to the local Italian place and get a big bunch of pasta and bread and salad. We'd also got some fruit. Well, most of the kids ate fruit and bread. They had no idea what the pasta was, and it looked kind of scary to them, and so they chose not to eat it. Some of the adults were braver and gave it a go, but yeah, mostly they ate fruit, some salad, and bread, which is fine. You know, at least we had something that they could eat. But I felt badly. I totally didn't think about, whoops, that should have been straight. Totally didn't think about that, you know, like rice is their staple food, and that they would have been happier with rice and vegetables because that's what they know. Anyway, next time, if they come again, we will be better prepared. But it also turned out to be Boy Scout Sunday, which we had no idea it was going to be Boy Scout Sunday, and we had a whole troop of boys come in, all in uniform, which was interesting. And afterwards, the boys wanted to take a picture with the choir, and that was fun. They had a nice group photo outside, and I think for the boys who don't regularly go to church, it was quite the interesting experience for them. That's for sure. It was better than our regular standard Sunday. Not that our standard Sundays are bad, but for visitors who are not regular church tenders, this was certainly a good one to come to. But we were sweating it out. The group was an hour late to church, so they didn't have any time to set up and practice with the microphones or anything. We had no idea that they were going to need to use our computer. And they had a slideshow to do and a video they needed to run, and they needed some of their sound to go through our sound system. Oh my goodness, that was quite the stressful morning for my husband and our friends who run the audio-visual soundboard booth. Yeah, the guys in the booth were a little stressed. Excuse me. What is the deal? I don't think that I'm still working on that cold, but goodness sakes. My throat just seems to have a frog in it. So I apologize for my froggy throat. Alright, am I done? I feel like I just want to do a few and not all of these. but I want some of them next to each other. I want one here. It's going to go this way. Well, that was an interesting noise. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, I am so sorry. I tried to get as far away from the camera as I could. It was a windy day yesterday. Probably stirred up some pollen. Me and my allergies. Oop. Straight and wavy, wavy and straight. You might be able to hear the contractor out there. They've started on the next phase of the wall. Taken down that's the fence between us and our neighbor to the west. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that, I think. And then we'll do some shading or some coloring in the stripes or something. I don't know. Do some variation in here. Okay, I don't need my little pen anymore. Don't know what I want to do. That's tough when I don't know what I want to do. I think I want to fill in some of these. Maybe. Okay. Good with that. Here. Here or here? Here. Here, 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 here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I want it here. Do I have anything else newsy I can tell you guys? Feel like that this is boring. I know it's not boring, but I feel like it is. You guys know, you know, you don't hurt my feelings when you fast forward. You can either skip ahead to the point where I'm done with the tile, or you can use a little gear thingy. I think it's down here in the corner. If you're on PC, I know it's down here in the corner. Where it is on mobile, I don't really know, because I don't really watch YouTube using my phone. I do a couple occasionally, but I don't usually, I have not fast forwarded, I don't think, using my phone, other than just to skip ahead. So I'm not exactly sure where the little gear thing is, but the little gear thing will let you change the speed, and you can either slow me down if I'm going too fast, or you can speed me up and then I talk like a chipmunk, and yeah. Either way will work. And you won't hurt my feelings. I think I want one here. And the only thing that's making me choose where I want them is just to kind of get them spread out, not right next to each other. But it'll help define this shape if I can get some near the edge. Maybe one here too. There we go. Alright, I'm good with that. Now to shade, to sign, and to put the name. Let's see. Wavy Book. Do I want it to live there? I gotta zoom out a little bit so I can turn and decide. Yeah, I like it with it either that way or that way. I think that way. There we go. String 65, Wavy Book. And going to do a bit of shading. Now I have to decide, is this shape on top of this, or is this shape on top of this? I think I'm going to make this shape on top of this. So I'm going to go this way with my shadow. As soon as I decide that this shape is on top of that, it creates the shadow put on one side, creates that illusion of depth. Once again, I've had a lot of people, well, not a lot, but I've had a few people ask me questions about my supplies. I just want to remind everybody that I have all that information listed in the description box of the video. If you are on PC, then underneath the video it will say see more to see the description, and in that description box I've got all sorts of information in there. It's got the links to the different Facebook groups. It's got the link to the Tangles Pattern Club one, and the link to the website where I get the daily patterns, the daily pattern focus, which is pattern-collections.com if you don't already know. Decide what I want to do here. yeah, all those links are there. All the names of the supplies that I use. I don't have a ton of supplies, but you know, everything's listed there. I was thinking about doing an Amazon affiliate link, but you know what? It was too much to bother with. So you guys just gonna have to look it up yourself. But I truly believe that you don't have to have the same stuff that I use, you know, to make a good tile. Just use what you got. You know, I prefer a blending stump. Not everybody likes blending stump. Some people like the tortillon, however you pronounce it. I think I'm going to go with, since I have the colored tan tile, I think I'm going to actually highlight these squares. See what happens. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Something like that. That makes it very interesting. I think I even want it. Something like that. Huh. Well, that totally makes it different. I'm not sure if I did it right or not. I don't know. Is there a right or a wrong? I don't really know. I just gently curve my paper like that. Make it lay flat. There we go. That's better. All right. Well, that was different. I definitely found it easier to draw it like this, where I drew the lines and then the waves, as long as I was paying attention to what I was doing, rather than doing all the lines first and then all the waves. It was easier drawing one square at a time, the whole thing. Then I didn't have to think quite so hard. All right, you guys have a really great day. Go out and do something nice for somebody today. Check out the iamfamily.org. If I think about it, I'll try to remember to put a link to them somewhere. I may not remember. I'll have to write that down. And yeah, check them out. They were awesome kids. Awesome kids. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.